and Soviet.
The city of Baku was home to the first oil well in history. The Soviets occupied it for more than 70 years, seizing half of the world's oil supply.
But in 1991, with the fall of the Soviet Union, Azerbaijan gained their political independence. And today, almost 20 years later, they're engaged in a different struggle, the creation of a cultural independence.
Relics of Soviet occupation still grip the city's over 2 million residents in the form of thousands of rigid, block-like structures, accounting for more than a third of Baku's skyline.
You see, these were all imposed on us by outside forces. So we were not in the driving seat, we were on the passenger seat, and we've been driven.
Right.
Driven somewhere. That's Azerbaijan's past history, that's what I think.
So it's about putting the past behind and searching for something new.
Absolutely.
Something very radical is happening here right now.
Yes, we have a sense of confidence in ourselves, and we're saying, okay, now we're going to create that which is ours.
Determined to remake the Azeri identity, this 2,000-year-old, oil-rich city is undertaking one of the most ambitious construction projects in history. Spending $6 billion a year on over 500 new developments to transform an area 3 times bigger than Manhattan in just 15 years. They're starting with 2 of the most audacious projects. The world's first flame-shaped skyscrapers atop the highest point in the city, and the Heydar Aliyev Cultural Center, housing a museum, a national library, and a 1,200-seat performance hall. All under one flowing roof, unlike any in the world.
If you look at that building, it talks of our yearning for that which is new. If it was an authoritarian-style building with massive columns and massive stairs, that would make you feel less. That would say to you, you're nothing. You're under this authority.
So the very geometry of the building, the shape, the way it moves as you move around it, that is part of the process of redefining what Azeri culture is.
Absolutely. Find yourself in these movements.
Part of what makes this cultural center just so unique is that it's actually 3 different building types under one single roof. On the one hand, you have a museum, which is basically a sealed box in which to view art. But you also have a library, which is really a silent box in which to read books. And finally, you have a performance hall, which is really a very loud box in which to hear opera. So the challenge becomes, how do you serve the needs of 3 divergent building types who have oppositional needs all under one single roof?
The answer? Architects designed an intricate latticework of steel called a space frame. Rather than being held up by large columns, the space frame's interlocking triangular joints give support by transferring loads through tube steel. By eliminating the need for support structures below, architects bent the space frame in 3 dimensions, allowing them to completely separate all 3 venues. The space frame is an over 9-acre curving skeleton. Weatherproofing it requires over 3,600 individually cut panels, making it one of the most complex roofing projects ever attempted. Today, crews are installing the 2 highest panels, closing the gap at the very top of the roof.
So this is quite amazing because as the building pitches up in the very back, this incredible peak on top of the library, it's that apex of the arch that we're going to install this piece on.
That's it. Yeah.
You quite literally picked the highest point.
This is the highest point. You just came in at the right time, at the right moment.
Have you been up to this height before?
No, I've been up this building many times, but not up this high.
My most important question is, what are we going to be standing on? Because it looks like the blue steel is just totally exposed.
We would not be standing on anything. We would just be tying ourselves to the pipes. Lock ourselves in like mountain climbers, so there's nothing that you can hold.
I actually don't know how we are going to do this.
I really don't know as well. You give me courage. I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm giving you courage, then we're all screwed. Let me make that abundantly clear.
240 feet up, there is just no room for scaffolding. Instead, crews maneuver on top of the space frame, awaiting the 700-pound panel.
Okay, look at this. Our chariot awaits.
Let's go. Kim geliyor?
clamp into my death. This is a bad idea, huh?
That's a good idea.
This is a bad idea wrapped in some beautiful roof architecture, though, huh?
4 ironworkers have to position each panel with just ½ an inch of tolerance.
Wow, look at this building. From this perspective, you can really appreciate what this building is. I mean, it's a single curve that just bends up, it peels down, it spins around, then finally comes up like a ski slope to make this extraordinary peak atop the building. There they are right there. Look at those guys, the 4 rock stars. All right. Oh, man. Okay, we're coming over top. We're coming over top. Wow, the wind is strong. Just tell them to back up a little bit. All right, good. Tell them to hang there. Oh, we're gonna slam. All right.
Each piece of tube steel is just 4 inches thick, the width of a balance beam.
The problem is this tube steel. You slip.
He's coming to help you out.
All right. Wait, hang on. I think for safety's sake, I'm gonna be here. Okay. Whoa. Wow. Let's get my leg up and over without falling back. Yeah. No?
No.
Stay here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're fine.
Tekin is about, I don't have any brothers or sisters. Tekin is the closest thing I have right now to a brother in this world. We don't speak a word of the same language, but I truly love this man.
This roof section spans 9.5 feet. A gentle breeze on the ground becomes a 35-mile-an-hour gust up top,
Here it is, it's coming in.
blowing this panel up to 6 feet in the Azeri wind.
Oh my God, look at that. That is actually incredibly sketchy.
The crew has to line up a bracket on each corner with 4 bolts on the space frame plate.
Just think about the precision that these guys have to deal with right now. This isn't just finishing the framing at the top of the building. This is the weather seal. This is this impervious, seamless edge that keeps water from getting into a library directly under where I'm sitting.
With the bottom corners now locked in, workers hinge the over 7-inch thick panel down to line up the top 2 corners.
Looks pretty good. No?
One corner is off by about a fraction of an inch. Now, they can't modify the custom-cut panel. Instead, they're bending one of the bolts.
It just doesn't quite fit right now. He's using this pipe to get it just right. Oh, look at this. It's coming down. It's coming down. Our Turkish blood brother knocking it out. Is he in? Is he in? You get it? Yeah? My boy's taking the crane off. So as you can see right there, the weight of this panel is now resting on the space frame. The arch is completed with 4 of the most amazing iron workers I have ever had the privilege of hanging out with. This is Baku.